The Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, or NMESIS, has finally entered low-rate initial production after being sidelined since it was deployed for the first time 3 years ago. Let's take a close look at what makes the NMESIS so advanced. But before we get started, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more just like it, remember to give us a like and subscribe to Military World to get more sent straight to your notifications. The Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, or NMESIS, is a mobile, ground-based anti-ship weapon system deployed by a small team within the littoral environment intended to support land-to-sea attacks for the U.S. Marine Corps. At the end of April 2024, the U.S. Department of Defense settled a contract with Raytheon, an RTX business, to deliver the system for the first time in a deal worth nearly $50 million. These units are due to be completed by August 2027, according to contract details. It features the Naval Strike Missile supplied by Raytheon and Kongsberg. The missile can escape enemy radars by performing maneuvers and flying close to sea level. It carries a 500-pound class warhead and programmable fuse. The NSM is a modernized version of the Norwegian Penguin anti-ship missile. The missile is mounted atop the chassis of an uncrewed version of Oshkosh's Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, which is known as the Remotely Operated Ground Unit for Expeditionary Fires. The vehicle is remotely operated using the teleoperator or leader-follower modes. It was built specifically for use by the United States Marine Corps to support anti-ship operations from the ground. Based on the JLTV chassis, the vehicle lacks a crew cab or body. This is integrated with sensors and cameras, with a launcher mounted atop the vehicle. The flexible design of the platform allows it to be configured to meet different mission requirements. The vehicle can also be integrated with scalable and futuristic weapons later on. The Naval Strike Missile is a modern multi-mission cruise missile that is meant to strike defended maritime and land targets. It has a range of 115 miles and terrain-following guidance setup, which is supplemented by GPS. The missile incorporates stealth features that reduce its signature, such as an S-ducted serrated inlet, flush-mounted panels, and mid-body chines. The missile also incorporates a passive dual-band infrared seeker for terminal homing. This allows the missile to go after targets without setting off any electronic warfare systems. The NMESIS is not considered an autonomous launcher, as its fire control system is not controlled by the self-driving system and autonomy technology. It is operated by a Marine who is responsible for mission planning and firing of the missile. The United States Marine Corps and Raytheon successfully tested the NMESIS off the coast of California, U.S., in April of 2021. The Naval Strike Missile was fired from the system against a surface target at sea. The NMESIS system was also successfully demonstrated at the Sink at Sea live fire training exercises, SINKEX, in Hawaii in August 2021. The SINKEX is a part of the U.S. Navy's Large-Scale Exercise 2021. A triennial exercise designed to test the operating concepts of the Navy and USMC. The NMESIS, which integrates several proven systems, exemplifies the flexible procurement policy that many governments are taking across defense recently. Defense procurement agencies are seeking to build on existing platforms through integration. This allows the armed forces to acquire what they need at pace in a security climate that now demands timely delivery. Moreover, the USMC is developing and fielding new anti-surface warfare weapons capabilities, including NMESIS, on pace to support Design 2030 objectives. Force Design 2030, also known as FD 2030, is an ongoing force restructuring plan by the United States Marine Corps to reshape its combat power for future near-peer adversary conflicts that was introduced in March of 2020 by the Commandant of the Marine Corps, General David H. Berger. In October 2023, the program was renamed Force Design, removing the 2030. These new capabilities contribute to the fleet's ability to achieve sea control, sea denial, and defense against adversarial amphibious force missions. Beyond the ominous name, the NMESIS is designed to boost the Marine Corps' anti-ship capabilities, particularly for potential conflicts in the Pacific Theater, where Marine units would be expected to deploy to several islands throughout the ocean. It's the first time the anti-ship missile system, which has been in testing for several years, is entering the field. The NMESIS will be operated by the 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment's Medium-Range Missile Battery, based out of Oahu in Hawaii. Marines twice fired and hit a decommissioned vessel, as well as practiced loading and unloading Nemesis aboard a C-130 aircraft, according to Joe McPherson, Program Manager for Long-Range Fires at Marine Corps Systems Command. The Nemesis provides this regiment a potent sea denial capability in support of our mission-essential task to attack enemy maritime targets, 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment Commander Colonel John G. Lehane said at the event at Marine Corps Base Hawaii. That capability greatly enhances the regiment's ability to support and integrate with the Marine Air-Ground Task Force, the Fleet, the Joint Force, and our allies. One major aspect of the Nemesis is that it is designed to be operated remotely. The missile launchers are mounted on an uncrewed Joint Light Tactical Vehicle. Marines controlling the vehicles and firing the missiles will be away from the systems themselves, as the launchers would in turn be targeted. The Marine Corps plans to field a Nemesis system with every Marine Littoral Regiment, with several stationed throughout the Pacific. The system's deployment is the latest in a series of efforts by the wider American military to build up defense capabilities throughout the Pacific theater. That has ranged from building up missile defense and overall military infrastructure on Guam to restoring decades-old airfields on islands that saw some of the fiercest fighting during World War II. Within the United States, changes, including fielding the Nemesis, as well as recent holding exercises in Alaska, where the U.S. Army showed how quickly it can field infantry and M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems into the Aleutian Islands. The regiment's medium-range missile battery will operate the Nemesis within the regiment's infantry battalion. The Fire Support Coordination Center within the regiment will integrate the missile along with other kinetic and non-kinetic fires as they conduct maritime dynamic targeting process tasks, a rapid way to identify and hit targets from multiple platforms. Norwegian defense firm Kongsberg won a 5-year, $900 million contract in November from the Navy, the firm's biggest missile contract ever, to provide the Nemesis and the Naval Strike Missile, which the service uses on its littoral combat ships and Constellation-class frigates. The Marine Corps procured 97 Nemesis in fiscal year 2023 and another 24 in fiscal 2024, according to the service's fiscal 2025 budget request. Those procurements filled the service's initial capability need for the missile. Given that it is assembled using technology from other established programs, Nemesis's overall cost should be less expensive compared to most new weapon systems. That said, the Marine Corps has always been a budget-tight service, and senior brass know that won't change in the near future. What are your thoughts on the Nemesis? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to Military World to get our latest videos straight to your notifications.